Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Learning Math with Annie. Today we will be solving a cross product of vectors while my teammate Maya will solve scalar multiplication with vectors as well. With the same, we will have the same vectors. Yes, and as for introduction, my name is Annie Woodhouse. I'm from grade 12, and today I will be doing what is the cross product of vector C times vector A. So here, the difference between cross product and scalar multiplication is this part right here. If it's cross product, then it will show an x or multiplication sign, and if it's a scalar, it will show a dot, just like that. So our coordinates that we have today, we will only be taking vector C and A, although we have A, B, and C. So vector A is 4i plus 6j minus 2k, and vector C is 0i plus 3j plus 5k. So I, j, and k are the respective coordinates or respective representations of x, y, and z. So we can write it in a different form like this. So yeah, since C comes first, then we'll do C and then A. So in order to find the cross product, you have to plot them in a way so that you don't get confused with cross product or scalar multiplication. So first you draw very straight. Draw two straight lines, and then write I, J, and K inside, and on the outside we'll do C and A. So for vector C, we have 0, 3, and 5, so let's plot that, 3 and 5. And then for vector A, we have 4, 6, and minus 2. So here we have our numbers plotted out within its respective terms as in I, J, and K, which also stand for X, Y, and Z. We'll just leave that up there so that it's clear to understand. So now we're going to move on to the next step, which is separating them. So we have to draw a smaller two lines, and then when we plot I, of course, we disregard the whole I part and we only take J and K. So when disregarding the I, you're left with J and K, and those coordinates are 3, 5, 6, and minus 2. And we'll do that, 3, 5, 6, and minus 2. And then minus. Next one, we take J, we do the same thing, we disregard J, and we take I and K only, which gives us 0, 5, 4, and minus 2. Make sure you write their number, and then plus. Let's move to the other side, plus. And then for K, we do the same thing, we disregard the K, and take I and J only, which leaves us with 0, 3, 4, and 6. So here we have a sequence. It goes negative, positive, negative, positive. And after this, we'll move back up here. So after this step, you cross multiply them like this. So we'll do it this way to make it as in an in-depth explanation. You would take 3 times minus 2 negative 5 times 6 is 30, so 5 times 6 I, and then you add the negative sign as like this one, and then we move on to our J, which is 0 times minus 2 and 5 times 4, and we plot that. Make sure open bracket, 0 times minus 2 negative, and then 5 times minus 4, and then close bracket, as you can see here, and then with the remaining space, we do plus as it shows here, and it's best if you add the letters so that you remember which coordinates or which numbers you're looking for. And then we have K, which is 0 times 6 and 3 times 4. So we have 0 times 6 minus 3 times 4K. So then moving on, we open bracket again, and 3 times minus 2 gives you minus 6, And minus 5 times 6 gives you minus 30. Make sure you write the I, and then minus, open bracket again, 0 times minus 2 gives you 0, negative 5 times 4 gives you negative 20 over 20, sorry, and then lastly we have 0 times 6, which gives us 0, negative 3 times 4, which gives us negative 12. Okay, so now this is our last step into finding cross product, and we're moving to our last step. We add these together, so negative 6 and negative 30 gives us negative 36i, and here we have 0 minus 20, which would normally give us negative 20, but since this sign is negative and negative is positive, so that equals to plus 20j. And lastly, 0 minus 12, usually we would just write 12, right? But because it's negative and positive equals to a negative, that's minus 12k. So this is our answer, and it's a lot more simple than it looks, and I know that it looks difficult, but once you actually do it, it's a lot more simple than it seems to be. So that is our answer. We can also write it in this form, which is equal to negative 36, 20, and negative 12. And again, just a reminder that I, j, and k is x, y, and z. So this would be x, this would be your y, and this would be your z. The multiplication, which my teammate will be explaining to us about, and hoping that the difference between these two lessons help you understand the difference between cross multiplication and scalar multiplication. So that's it for now. We hope you enjoyed watching. Goodbye, and moving on to scalar multiplication.
Hello everyone, my name is Malia and my teammate is Annie Woodhouse. Today I will solve what is vector B, scalar vector C. My question is, what is B, vector B, scalar vector C? So B equal to 2, 7, negative 1, C equal to 0, 3, 5. So now we have to calculate vector B, scalar vector C, which is equal to the x of B times the x of C plus the y of B times the y of C plus the z of B times the z of C. So we have to plug the number in. So the x of B, it is 2. 2 times the x of C is 0. 2 times 0 plus the y of B. The y of B is 7 times the y of C. The y of C is 3 plus the z of B is negative 1 times the z of C. The z of C is 5. So calculate it. 2 times 0 it is 0 plus 7 times 3 is 21. So, and this positive times negative, it is negative. So negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. So we calculated 0 plus 21 is 21. 21 minus 5 is 16. So the answer is 16. Thank you.